Hi, this screencast is designed to show kindergarten, first, and second grade teachers how to enter the results from the first trimester benchmark assessment system scores, and then how do those get into the report card. I'm currently logged in as a first grade teacher who has not accessed any of the Fountas and Pinnell reports, and I'm looking at the home page. I know I'm at the home page because I see the multicolored tiles there before me. By default, you're going to have 6 tiles displayed, but you have the ability to customize that, which this teacher has already done. Last year in ORS, when it came time to putting in the BAS scores, benchmark assessment system, you put those directly into the report card. With the transition to Illuminate, the process is slightly different. You will actually put them in elsewhere in a report, and then that report will automatically populate the scores for each student in their report card. If you've already entered in scores for end of module assessments in math, you're going to find that the process is very much the same. So if you've entered in end of module math assessments, then you'll do very much a similar thing for the Fountas and Pinnell benchmark assessment system scores. Again, I'm here at the home page, and I have a couple choices if I'm now ready to enter in my scores. One of the tiles that you should have by default says View Favorites. I have the ability to create a district favorite, and it places that favorite in everybody's home page. The favorite is like a shortcut to a particular report, or assessment in this case. So by clicking on the View Favorites button, you will see that for this particular teacher, the Fountas and Pinnell First Administration is already there in her favorites. If for some reason it's not, or you've done some customization and gotten rid of the View Favorites tile, you can certainly contact me and I can restore that or show you how to restore it, but I also want to show another way to get to the exact same place. And that is, again, similar to what we've done with math. I'm going to come up to the black menu bar and I'm going to look for the word assessments. I click on that word and I'm going down to the first selection, which says List Assessments. I see a long list of assessments that are available to me, but I don't see the Fountas and Pinnell benchmark assessment system. So I can simply come up here to the search bar and put in a keyword such as Fountas, F-O-U-N-T-A-S, and I can search for it, and it will search all of my available assessments and look for one that has the word Fountas in it. And here it found the same thing that we saw under favorites, the 2017-18 First Administration and the Fountas and Pinnell is the BAS assessment. You click on that title and it lets you know that you have 27 records, which should correspond to the number of students you have in your class. And we don't have any reports created yet. So in order to put in scores, we want to come up here to this menu bar that is below the black top menu bar, and we want to look for the word responses. That menu pulls down and we want to come here to the Enter Edit. You should be able to leave this pretty much alone and not do anything, and by default it will find your whole class roster. You do have the ability to search for particular students if you needed to change a level for some reason. When you click Find Students, you will see something that should look familiar if you've done the math end of module assessments. You see a grid which contains an alphabetical list of your students, and you can simply start entering in levels here. You can manually type in the levels, or there's a pull-down triangle to the right of the field that will display the choices that are available to you. Up top, by default, we're going to be entering in by grid, but do know that you can enter in by column, and the only advantage to doing that would be if for some strange reason you have a lot of students that have the same reading level. Unlikely, but possible. The advantage here is that it allows you to do a fill down, and you can change only the outliers if everybody was more or less on one particular reading level. You can switch back to the grid by clicking here. By default, autosave should be turned on, but I always recommend that when you are done, just be safe and hit the save button again, and you are done. Your scores have been entered. If you take a look at the screencast that I'll be doing later for entering in report card grades, you'll be able to navigate then to your report card where you will see that the scores that you entered here have automatically been populated in your students' report cards. If you have any questions or run into any difficulties, please feel free to send me an email or get in touch with me.